Leadership today is basically a man in a sharp suit, marching with a flag over his face, looking incredibly confident as he heads straight for a cliff edge. It is the ultimate visual for the certainty trap, the idea that if you move fast enough, maybe physics won't notice you've run out of ground.
Oliver, it's the classic Wile E. Coyote moment. You're running on air, everything feels great until you actually stop to look down. And in business, that looking down is often treated like a sign of weakness, when really it's the only thing that keeps you from a very messy landing.
We see it everywhere. There's this massive cultural obsession with appearing in control. If a leader pauses to say, wait, is this the right mountain? The board panics. But as Karl Farrow points out in his new book, Punk Rock to Geothermal Shock, movement is not the same as progress. You can do 80 miles an hour in the wrong direction, and you're just getting lost faster.
Farrow's journey is fascinating because it goes from the literal chaos of the punk scene to the high-stakes engineering of geothermal energy. He's seen the blind march from both sides. He argues that the most dangerous leader isn't the one who hesitates, it's the one who is so blinded by legacy thinking or short-term pressure that they've lost the ability to actually see the landscape.
It's that distinction between confidence and clarity. Confidence is an internal feeling, often a chemical one. Clarity is an external reality. You can be the most confident pilot in the world, but if the windscreen is painted black, your confidence is just a fast track to a headline no one wants to read.
Research actually backs this up. There's a study from HEC Paris showing that roughly 83% of business decisions are based on highly optimistic assessments of a leader's own beliefs rather than hard data. We are essentially wired to crave certainty because it soothes anxiety. It feels better to be sure and wrong than uncertain and right.
And that sureness is often a mask for ideology or just doing things the way they've always been done. The legacy thinking Farrow talks about is a killer. It's the corporate version of, but we've always used landlines, while everyone else is on a satellite link. It takes a massive amount of courage to step back and admit the direction might be wrong, especially when you've already told everyone to start marching.
Think about the energy sector, which Farrow knows inside out. You have these massive institutions that have been marching in one direction for a century. Pivoting to something like geothermal requires a complete dismantling of the way we do things. It requires the humility to admit that the old map doesn't show the new cliffs.
The analogy of the flag over the face is perfect because it highlights that the leader isn't just blind, they are blinded by their own symbol, their own brand or legacy. They can't see the edge because they're too busy staring at the inside of their own banner.
And the cost isn't just financial. When a leader micromanages or refuses to listen because they know the way, it drains trust. Statistics show that employees with overbearing, certain managers are nearly 3 times more likely to avoid taking risks. You end up with a team of people who see the cliff coming, but are too afraid to tap the guy with the flag on the shoulder.
So the real punk rock move in leadership isn't just acting tough. It's the discipline to stop, to take the flag off your face, look at the abyss, and say, right, we're turning around. That requires more grit than just blindly charging forward.
If you want to dive into how that kind of disruptive, clear-eyed leadership works, from the trenches of the music scene to the future of clean energy, check out Punk Rock to Geothermal Shock at geothermalshock.com or on Amazon. It's a proper wake-up call for anyone who thinks speed is a substitute for sight.
Because at the end of the day, if you can't see clearly, it really doesn't matter how fast you're moving. You're just making the fall more spectacular.
Pass this along to a friend who needs a reminder that the best view of the cliff is the one you see before you step off it.